Hi, I'm Kimia.
And Jen from Deja Tampa.
Home to thousands of beautiful girls.
And 3 ugly ones.
Today we're going to be sitting here with Jessie Jane, the hottest adult film star actress to this day.
Jessie, thank you so much for being here. Tell me, how did you get your start in the industry?
I've always been interested in sex, and I did Hawaiian Tropics and stuff, and it wasn't enough. And I did Hooters, so little by little, like my clothes got a little less. So Hooters girl, which led into Hawaiian Tropics, and then Playboy was trying to scout me in Hawaii, and we were at the finals for Hawaiian Tropics, and I was like, no, and a photographer asked me, why would you turn down Playboy? I'm like, I'd rather do porn. And then I just called Digital Playground, and like got my head going, I bet I could do it. And then they signed me. They literally flew me to LA the next day, and I had a contract, which was great. So I really lucked out. It was easy for me. Never had to do anything beforehand, like a scene to make sure I was comfortable with it or anything. So it's just kind of been nice.
Into your lap.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was really, 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 really lucky. I've been in Playboy a couple times. I've had one cover on the special editions lingerie, and I have my 2 shows on Playboy TV, which was Naughty Amateur Home Videos and Night Calls.
Everyone is wondering how you chose the name Jessie Jane.
I picked the name Jessie Jane actually kind of being a dork. I act nerdy sometimes, and we were in the office at Digital Playground trying to think of, okay, what's your name going to be when I sign the contract? And I was just somebody said Jessie, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then I was because we had been sitting there literally for like an hour trying to figure out a name, and I was like, Jessie Jane. Like with my gun, like I'm James Bond and stuff. And then everybody sat in the office, and they're like, huh. And so they're like, I like that. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, Jessie Jane. I was like, yeah, that has a ring to it. I was like, it will stick in people's head.
So are you working on any new projects?
I'm always working on different things. Right now, we have a huge movie coming out in a couple weeks, actually in August, called Body Heat, where we play firefighters. So it's one Digital Playground, like one of our big features. We release 1 or 2 a year, like the Pirates and like Fly Girls and stuff. We did the Pirates movie. The director, June, who did the movie, who also owns the company, one of the owners of Digital Playground, wanted to do something big and adult and do something different that hasn't been done before, just to get more attention than just a typical porn. He wants to make porn. Porn has been around for so long, it started to get where nobody cared about the product, and nobody really cared. They kind of just quantity instead of quality, and he wanted to do something to stand out, and he was a film major at USC. So he loved Pirates of the Caribbean, so it was something he kind of made up, and he wanted to get mainstream attention too, which, he did the job. We had crazy sets, the costuming, the wardrobe, the makeup, and it was the first adult movie ever to also be cut down to a rated R and rented in Blockbuster and, Hollywood Videos, whatever, whatever state, everybody has something different, but it was the first one to get a rated R cut. Also, don't get me wrong, there's the X, and then there's the R, but, which was brilliant because the people who really don't watch porn, they saw the rated R version, and it actually made people go, this is like a real movie, there's no way this is a XXX movie, and then they went and rented or bought the XXX, because they're like, no, just to see, they're curious. So we got mad raves, like mainstream attention.
I remember that.
It was crazy. So, and then now, we're going to do the last one. They're shooting Pirates of the Caribbean 4, but we're just going to make ours a trilogy. It's going to be in 3D. So Pirates 3D. Isn't that awesome?
That'd be amazing.
I'm going to write a book and stuff. So with that's in process. That takes like 2 huge steps, So I already got approved for the first step. So right now they're finding the writer that's going to do it, because I'm going to have a ghost writer kind of, because I don't want to write it, to be honest. But there's a lot of different things going on, and I'm about to go live on my website, jessiejane.com, and in fact that'll be this week. So a lot of new things, and I'm actually doing a huge shoot tomorrow, but I can't say what it's for, but it's big, and it has nothing to do with porn. So
everyone needs to tune in to jessiejane.com for the big, what you're doing tomorrow, right?
Yes, because once I shoot it, then I'll say it. Once it's actually shot, because literally After working tonight here at Deja Vu, I'm literally going to the hotel room to shower to fly to LA to shoot it. Like right when I get off the plane.
Tell me more about your book. So what is your book about? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to call it Jessie Jane the Double Life because, you know, I do the porn, I do the whole glamorous thing and travel and, you know, get your hair and makeup done and wear all these gowns at these award shows. But then when I'm home, I'm a mom and I'm a sports mom and I'm at baseball and football practices and, you know, it's just kind of like two different, like sexually, I'm the same, you know, but like the way people perceive me, the way the other people perceive me, like if you know me in Oklahoma, they're like, oh my God, that's kind of crazy. So it's just going to be kind of like how I'm a mother, yet, you know, I can do the everyday mom job, yet then I get to do the glamorous stuff too, so.